Begunkodor railway station stood deserted. Once a bustling hub of activity, it now lay in a state of eerie abandonment, a stark contrast to its former glory. The air hung heavy with silence, a silence so profound it seemed to echo the ghosts of the past. The station, once filled with the sounds of arriving and departing trains, now resonated with an unsettling stillness. Cracks snaked across its walls like veins on an ancient relic, telling tales of neglect and the relentless passage of time. The paint peeled, revealing faded colors beneath, each layer a testament to the years gone by, each flake a fragment of history. This was a place forgotten by time, a relic of a bygone era, shrouded in mystery and steeped in legend. The platform lay empty, save for scattered leaves and dust, remnants of nature reclaiming what was once its own. A single rusty lamppost cast an anemic glow, barely piercing the gloom. Its light flickered, as if struggling against the encroaching darkness. The station stood as a stark reminder of a vibrant past, now lost to the shadows. It was a place where memories lingered, haunting the present with echoes of what once was. An unsettling quiet blanketed the surroundings, a quiet so deep it seemed to swallow all sound, leaving only the whispers of the wind. The only sound was the wind whistling through the gaps in the building, a mournful tune that spoke of desolation and decay. It carried with it whispers of forgotten stories, tales of joy and sorrow, of life and death, of a time when the station was alive with activity. The station was more than just a crumbling structure. It was a monument to the past, a silent witness to the passage of time and the inexorable march of history. It was a repository of memories, some joyous, others steeped in sorrow. Each brick, each beam, each piece of peeling paint held a story, a fragment of the lives that once intersected here. And it was this undercurrent of sadness that drew visitors to Begunkodor, seeking a glimpse into the supernatural. They came in search of ghosts, of spirits, of the echoes of the past that still lingered in the shadows. The railway tracks stretched into the distance, disappearing into the encroaching darkness. They were a path to nowhere, a journey into the unknown. They were a testament to a time when the station pulsed with life, when trains roared through, carrying passengers and freight to destinations far and wide. Now they lay silent, choked by weeds and neglect. The tracks, once polished by the wheels of countless trains, were now rusted and overgrown, a symbol of the station's decline. The station's eerie stillness seemed to amplify every tiny sound. The creak of a door, the rustle of leaves, the distant howl of a dog, all seemed louder, more pronounced in the oppressive silence. A creaking window, the rustling leaves, the distant howl of a dog, all conspired to create an atmosphere of unease. It was as if the station itself was alive, whispering secrets to those who dared to listen. Begunkodor was a place where the line between the real and the spectral blurred, leaving visitors both fascinated and fearful. It was a place where the past and the present coexisted, where the living and the dead shared the same space, and where the echoes of history could still be heard in the silence. Begunkodor wasn't always a ghost station. It had a rich history, filled with the hustle and bustle of daily life. It once bustled with activity, a vital hub for the local community. Trains arrived and departed, carrying passengers and goods to and from distant places, creating a lifeline for the village. The laughter of children and the animated chatter of vendors filled the air, creating a lively and joyous atmosphere. The station was the heart of the community, connecting the village to the outside world, bringing in news, visitors, and opportunities. But tragedy struck, casting a long shadow over Begunkodor's existence, changing its fate forever. Legend whispered of a horrific train accident that occurred one fateful night. A passenger train, filled with hundreds of souls, derailed near the station, leading to a catastrophic disaster. Many perished on that fateful night, their lives abruptly ended in a tragic twist of fate. Their souls, unable to find peace, were said to have remained, trapped within the station's decaying walls, haunting the place. The once vibrant station fell silent, its lively past replaced by an eerie stillness. The echoes of laughter were replaced by an unsettling quiet, a stark contrast to its former glory. People spoke of strange occurrences, tales that sent shivers down the spine. Unexplained noises, fleeting shadows, and an overwhelming sense of dread became synonymous with Begunkodor, turning it into a place of fear. The railway authorities, in an attempt to dispel the growing fear, closed the station, but the stories persisted, refusing to fade away. Locals recounted tales of a woman in white, often seen gliding through the platform, her presence adding to the station's eerie reputation. Some whispered of hearing the cries of children, their voices echoing in the dead of night, a haunting reminder of the past. The tragic accident had transformed Begunkodor, altering its identity forever. It was no longer a place of transit, but a site of spectral tales, a ghost station shrouded in mystery. The station's history, once a source of pride, was now intertwined with sorrow and the supernatural, a haunting legacy that endures to this day.
Intrigued by the tales of Begunkodor, I decided to experience it firsthand.
Anya, a seasoned paranormal investigator, had heard the stories. She arrived at the station just before sunset, her car kicking up dust from the deserted road. Stepping out, she felt a palpable shift in the atmosphere. The air grew heavy, as if an unseen presence observed her every move. A shiver ran down her spine, a mixture of anticipation and apprehension.
Unfazed, I unloaded my equipment and meticulously set up my cameras, EMF readers, and audio recorders.
Each piece of equipment was strategically placed to capture any paranormal activity. Her movements were precise, a testament to her years of experience. While she didn't dismiss the local tales, Anya believed in tangible evidence. She approached the investigation with a healthy dose of skepticism, always seeking rational explanations for the unexplained. As darkness descended, Anya felt a heightened sense of awareness. The silence was almost deafening, broken only by the chirping of crickets. She double-checked her equipment, ensuring everything was in working order. A gentle breeze rustled through the leaves of a nearby banyan tree, its branches casting dancing shadows on the platform.
I took a deep breath, bracing myself for the long night ahead. I was determined to uncover the truth behind Begunkodor's haunted reputation.
The temperature plummeted, and Anya felt a prickle of unease. The air around her seemed to grow heavier, as if the very atmosphere was thickening with an unseen presence. She pulled her coat tighter around her, trying to ward off the sudden chill that had settled in her bones. Her gaze darted towards the far end of the platform, where the shadows seemed to deepen. It was as if the darkness itself was alive, shifting and swirling in a dance that only it knew. Anya squinted, trying to make out any shapes or figures that might be lurking within the inky blackness. The silence remained unbroken, save for the whirring of her cameras. Each click and whir seemed to echo louder in the stillness, a stark reminder of her solitary vigil. She had set up multiple cameras around the station, hoping to capture any evidence of the paranormal activity that had been reported here. Just as she began to question the legends, a cold gust of wind swept across the platform. It was a biting wind, one that seemed to carry whispers of the past, of stories long forgotten. Anya shivered, not just from the cold, but from the eerie sensation that she was not alone. Hours passed. Anya meticulously documented her findings. She noted every flicker of the EMF reader, every strange sound that echoed through the empty station. Her notebook was filled with scribbles and sketches, a testament to her dedication and determination to uncover the truth. The EMF reader flickered intermittently, but nothing conclusive registered. It was frustrating, the way the device seemed to tease her with hints of activity, only to fall silent again. Anya sighed, glancing around the station, wondering if she was chasing shadows.
There, I saw it. A translucent figure barely discernible from the darkness. It was as if the shadows had taken form, coalescing into a shape that was both human and otherworldly. My breath caught in my throat as I tried to focus on the figure, my heart racing. It appeared to be a woman draped in a white sari. She stood motionless, her back to me. The fabric of her sari fluttered slightly in the breeze, adding to the surreal quality of the sight. I wanted to call out to her to ask who she was, but my voice seemed to have deserted me.
Anya's heart pounded in her chest, a mixture of fear and exhilaration coursing through her. She had come here seeking proof, and now it seemed she was on the verge of a breakthrough. But the fear was real, a primal instinct warning her of the unknown.
I whispered into my recorder, documenting the time and my observations. My voice was barely audible, trembling with a mix of excitement and dread. I knew that every detail was crucial, that this could be the evidence I had been searching for. My hand trembled slightly as I reached for my camera, zooming in on the spectral figure. The lens focused, and I could see her more clearly now. Her features were indistinct, blurred as if she was caught between two worlds. I snapped several photos, hoping that at least one would capture her image. Had she imagined it, or was it a genuine encounter with the supernatural? The rational part of my mind struggled to make sense of what I was seeing, while another part of me was convinced that this was real, that I was witnessing something extraordinary. Anya replayed the footage on her camera, her heart pounding. Each frame seemed to hold a clue, a piece of the puzzle that she was trying to solve. She watched intently, hoping to catch a glimpse of the figure she had seen.
The figure remained still for what felt like an eternity. Then, as quickly as it had appeared, it vanished. One moment it was there, the next it was gone, leaving behind only the memory of its presence. Anya blinked, unsure if her eyes had played a trick on her. Anya was left in stunned silence, the image of the woman in white seared into her mind. She knew that this was a moment she would never forget, a moment that would haunt her dreams and fuel her quest for answers.
There on the screen was the unmistakable image of the figure. It was faint, almost translucent, but undeniable. I felt a surge of triumph mixed with a deep sense of unease. This was the proof I had been seeking, but it also raised more questions than it answered. I had come to Begunkodor seeking answers, and it seemed I had found something truly unexplainable. The night was far from over, and I knew that this encounter was just the beginning of a journey into the unknown. With renewed determination, I prepared to continue my investigation, ready to face whatever the darkness held.